Welcome the students once again. Today we are going to discuss about the remaining point of the ancient in India. We have to discuss about the already in last video lecture the various elements of the Indian architecture. Now we have to start the next point, the caves temple. So this type of the cave temple it is available in Ajanta or Verula in Maharashtra, that near about the Aurangabad city. This picture is given from the Ajanta caves. Next is also another picture of the caves. Next, influence the religion, the influence of the architecture or in ancient in India. There are the four influence. The first is the religion. There is in religion Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, and Islam. Next, type of raw materials. Next, royal patronage or royal support. And last one is the architectural influence from Persia and Greece. Then first is the Buddhist and Jain architecture. Buddhism gained a prominence during the reign of the Emperor Ashoka around the 3rd CBC. It is primarily represented by three important building types: the Chaitya Hall, the place of worship; the second is the Vihara, monastery; and the last is the Stupa, hemispherical mount for worship or memory. In the Buddhism and Jain architecture, it is generally we have to see or represent the three important building types. The types of building is the first is the Chaitya Hall, second is the Vihara, and third one is the Stupa. This is the example of the Buddhism temples. This type of the known as the Stupa. This is a famous pagoda temple in the Nepal. Next, the Buddhism and Jain architecture continue. The Greek influence led the Indian architecture of the time, especially the rock cut art, to fall under one of the two categories: the Mathura school of art and the Gandharva school of art. The division of Buddhism into Hinayana and Mahayana phases also influenced the nature of rock cut art, the former being represented by artifacts used by the Buddha and the latter by images of the Buddha. The Buddhist and Jain architecture generally especially is the Greek influence of the architecture of design of the Buddhist and Jain temple. The first there are two categories mainly. The first one is the Mathura school of art and the second one is the Gandhara school of art. Also, this is the division of the Buddhism into Hinayana and also Mahayana phases. It is influenced by nature of the rock cut art, and the former being represented by the artifacts used by the Buddha and the latter by images of the Buddha. This is the Buddhist temple. Here we see in the how the structure are built up that time. The column position, the column design or art of the columns. Also, it is the beam or it is the design of the beam. Here we see that the picture of the animals or art of the culture that time or traditional. Next, Hindu temples. The reference to temples in literature go back early to 520 BC to 460 BC. Early temples were rock cut, later structural temples evolved. The temple is a representation of the macrocosm, the universe, as well as the microcosm, There's the inner space. The temple is represent on a there two. The first one is the universe as well as the inner space. The Hindu temples poetry in the stone. It is the Indian temple architecture has often been called a sculpture on a mass scale rather than true architecture. They are designed as a sculpture and are best experienced and understood from the outside. Interiors are very small and dark spaces, which are not as impressive as the exterior. The design of the Hindu temples, it is the interiors are very small and the dark spaces or a dark shadow of the spaces, which are not impressive as compared to exterior architecture or exterior design. This is the one of the image of the Hindu temples. It is seen that the exterior design or exterior architecture. The another image of the you have seen that also the exterior image is the image of the animals. Next, a basic Hindu temple consists of an inner sanctum, the Garbha Griha or womb chamber, in which the image is housed, a congregation hall, and possibly an antechamber, that is the entrance hall and porch. The Hindu temple in this inner structure or inner surface is the Garbhagriha or warm chamber, which is the image of the house of the entry of the hall or entrance of the hall, also the porch. The sanctum is crowded by a tower like shikar. The structural system of temples was essentially post and beam, and with massive blocks of stone being the basic raw material for the local craftsmen. The structure of these temples was essentially the post and beam, that is the vertical column and beam, and which the massive blocks thus being the basic raw material for the local craftsmen will be was the design. The decoration was fundamental to this type of architecture. The main aspect is the decoration of this temple, and this is the fundamental of the that type of the architecture structure. There were, there were the three major styles of temple architecture: the northern or Nagara style, the southern Dravida, and the Vasara, the hybrid style. But the most common are the Nagara and the Dravida. In the Hindu temples, there are the main three architecture style of the temples. The first one is the Nagara style. This is the influenced by the northern zone. Second one is the Dravida style. It is in the seen in southern zone, and third one is the Vasara or hybrid style. But it's commonly the two most of the type of is seen in India, that is the Nagara and the Dravida, that is the northern and southern. They are distinguished by the shape and decoration of shikhars or superstructures. You will see in the image of the one of the Hindu temple. This is the style of the Nagara style or the Dravida style. In North Indian temples or Nagara, the Nagara style, which developed around the 5th century, is characterized by beehive-shaped tower called shikhara. The plan is based on square, but the walls are sometimes so broken up that the tower often gives the impression of being circular. This is one of the image or one of the example of the temple in North Indian temples or Nagara temple. Second, South Indian temples or Dravida temples. From the 7th century, the Dravida or Southern style has a pyramid-shaped tower consisting of progressively smaller stories of the small pavilions, a narrow throat and dome on the top. It is the difference between the northern and southern. Northern temples are especially are the high tower, and in the southern temple it is especially or special of the smaller stories of the small pavilions with the narrow throat and also dome of the top. The repeated stories gives the horizontal visual thrust to the southern style. In northern side is the vertical visual story we had to see, but in southern stories or southern temples it is the horizontal visual thrust the southern style. The next is the Indo-Islamic architecture, influence of Islam and the Mughal architecture. With the arrival of Islam, the previous Indian architecture was slightly adapted to allow the traditions of new religion, but the remained strongly Indian in its heart and character. Arches and domes began to be used, and the mosque or masjid to began to form part of the landscape, adding the new experience in the form and shape. This is one of the example of the Indo-Islamic architecture. Is a, this is one of the masjid or mosque. Next, the Indo-Islamic architecture. The fundamental difference lay in the fact that Islam prohibited idol worship and therefore concentrated points to focus such as the Garbha Griha was unnecessary. The most famous Islamic buildings in India encouraged during the Mughal period. The most famous Islamic buildings are constructed at the time of the Mughal period. The best example is the Taj Mahal. Next, Taj Mahal was built with the special Mughal or Mughal type of architecture, which is a combination of many different types of architecture, including Persian, Central Asian, Islamic. The Taj Mahal it is the construction of the combination of the various culture or various architecture design, that is the Persian culture, Central Persian culture, Asian and also Islamic culture. It was erected by Shah Jahan to memory of his beloved queen Arjumand Banu Begum called Mumtaz Mahal. A year after the date of 1631, he began the Taj, and it took the 22 years to complete with over 20,000 workers to participating. The construction of the Taj Mahal will started after the date of the Mumtaz Mahal. That is the Mumtaz, the wife of the Shah Jahan, 1613 began the Taj, and this completion of the construction after the 22 years, and this complete the with over the 20,000 workers to participate. The Taj Mahal stands in the Walrus enclosure measuring around 580 into 305 meter. The Taj Mahal Walrus enclosure measuring around the 580 into 305 meter. It is a beauty lies in its calm solemnity and the marble subtle colors as it reflects the changing sky above. The domes was derived from both Hindu temple design and Persian Timur architecture. That this type of the dome has to design or construction at the Hindu temple design and also Persian Timur architecture. And this is the points of the ancient India chapter. Now we have to declare this chapter is completed. In next video lecture we have to start the next chapter. Thank you so much.